I know from owning a cleaning company for 20 years and still doing recruiting for cleaning companies around the country and our own cleaning companies that we still own, it's really tight knit. Like when you go to a convention or we're at a convention, I remember we would go to conventions as a cleaning company, sort of on the other side of the table. We didn't have a booth yet. We weren't doing the recruiting and bookkeeping like we are today. So we would go there and we'd be chumming around with buddies, having a few beers and just kind of checking out the new booths that are at this show. Well, then we started recruiting for our buddies out there and doing bookkeeping with Blue Sky Services. And so we had to be on the other side. We were the ones that got a booth. We were on the other side of the table. Now, I'll never forget the first probably 3 or 4 or 5 conventions that Dan and I were at. You know, Dan's doing the bookkeeping, I'm doing the recruiting, and the whole idea about getting a booth at a convention is to sell something or do something with it, right? You know, get leads or, you know, get your word of mouth out there. And we had no idea. I always said we were so bad at vendoring. I had no idea what the hell we were doing. We'd be there. A bunch of our friends would come up there. We'd have a cooler of beer at our booth. So like nobody else had a cooler of beer at their booth. So everybody's coming to our booth. They're all our buddies. We know everybody. And like after like the second time we were in Vegas one time and somewhere else, I look at Dan and I'm like, dude, I think we're supposed to like trying to like get emails or something or do. I mean, we're not here to just drink beer with people and have fun. We got to actually tell them what we're doing and selling and shit. So literally it was like the 4th or 5th show before we knew what we were doing. We've got it dialed in pretty good now, but it's just a super tight knit industry. And the way that we even started to recruit for cleaning companies, and mainly cleaning companies, we do lawn service, landscaping, and all kinds of different companies now or industries, but mainly the cleaning and home services market. But it was people that reached out to us and were just asking us, how do you guys find employees? How do you recruit? And we said, we've got this super cool, you know, automated system that we put together. We're really never short-staffed very often, even in this shitty labor market we've had in the last 3 or 4 years. And so they were like, hey man, can you find a couple window cleaners for us? And one guy was like out in Virginia somewhere. And I'm like, I don't know. We don't do it for anybody else. We just do it and he's like, dude, you got to help me. I can't figure this shit out. So we got him like 3 window cleaners in like 2 weeks or something like that. And he was just like, you've got to send me a bill, man. You're awesome, this and that and the other. And I'm like, I have no idea what to charge. We just don't do this. And so this kind of rallies into what you do. My first invoice was for a case of beer. That's all I knew. I said, so we're going to charge you a case of beer next time I see you, dude. You got to get us a case of beer. That was our first invoice for recruiting. So I was telling that story about a year ago to somebody, and he's like, so what are you doing now, man? You just charging kegs now or what? And I'm like, no, we're charging dollars now, dude. So, and that's how it started, though. It was just a bunch of people talking and helping each other. And and we've got probably at least 2, if not more, competitors now directly in the recruiting space with us recruiting and basically copying. They did a lot of copying what we did, but we viewed that as we knew who they were, and we've had beers with them. We continue to have beers with them, and it's really cool to have good people in that same industry competing, because when you get crooked people or somebody you can't trust and they're stabbing you in the back, that's when it's not good for the industry. If you're all in it together and you share things, it's good.
Making the call anymore.
Yeah, exactly.